Hello class 12, welcome to your online class. Today is the second day of the chapter attention. This is the part 2. In the last class we have discussed the definition and the probable questions of attention. Today is the second day. Today we will start with the characteristics. So keeping in mind the definition of attention, we can say that attention is a particular state of mind where you are paying your consciousness, paying your concentration on a particular object, leaving and avoiding all other stimulus, isn't it? So it's a internal state of mind, it's a conscious state of mind, and through these definitions what we have discussed in the previous day, today we are going to discuss the different characteristics of attention. Now this can come for 4 to 6 marks. So for 6 marks, you are quite grown up now. So you have minimum, you have to write 6, 7, and it will be better if you write all the 8 points. So try to by heart. Now let me explain fast. Number 1, attention is self-willing mental process. So what is the meaning of will? Will means your own choice. When you are choosing, it is your wish, isn't it? So attention is a self-willing mental process. It is a self-willing mental process. When you are willing to pay attention, then only you can pay attention on a particular topic. You are thinking something else and you are doing something else. There will be no parity between your work and thought, isn't it? So when you are thinking something, you have to do that particular work. So your mental status is very important for attention. When you are willing to learn something, then only you will pay attention. When you are willing to hear something or you are willing to do something, then only your attention will work, because it is a mental process. Next point, it is selective in nature. Why it is selective in nature? Because as I have given you example in the previous day, that before sitting for the studies, not only sitting for your studies, before cooking we have to think that what we will cook today. So we have to concentrate on a particular work. This is also a type of education, isn't it? Cooking, keeping housekeeping, and all the whatever you are doing from your day to day, don't underestimate anything. Whatever you are doing in your life, whatever you are doing from right from the beginning to the end, when you are hearing a news, what is happening, you are paying your attention towards the news. What are the bulletins, what are the news today? If there will be no newspaper, what will happen to us? We will die, isn't it? Because then we will be out of the world. So whatever you are doing, you are selecting your topic, and if you do not select your particular topic, what you are going to do, if you don't think that what I am going to cook today, you will be confused in the morning. When your time is very short, you have to do your work first, isn't it? When you why do your mother tell that yes, please pack your bag at the night, because morning there is less time. So getting ready and following a routine, whatever you do, you need to select the particular work and to pay attention on it. So selection of a particular object, selecting a particular object and selecting a particular topic on what you are going to work is very important for paying attention. I think you can understand what I am explaining. If you have any confusion, please inbox and let me know. Third point, attention is limited to a fixed object. So more or less same point. See, attention means a distraction or fluctuation of attention is not attention. Attention means when you are continuously paying your mind to a particular object. When I am explaining you are listening it, suddenly someone is calling, your mind is getting distracted. Suddenly some news you have heard, or suddenly something has fallen down from your mother's hand. your mind will be distracted. So any type of stimulation, due to any type of stimulation, when your mind is being distracted, it is called distraction of mind or fluctuation of mind, or sorry, attention. So attention is limited to a fixed object. So for the time when you are fixing your mind to a particular object, you are paying attention to it, and immediately you are losing. In the next few points, we will see that fluctuation of attention is also a very common feature of attention. Next point, attention helps to adjust. It is also very correct. Why attention? Because when you are paying attention, you are avoiding all the stimulus of your environment. You are avoiding all the disturbance. You are closing your door, you are closing your window, and you are sitting in a comfortable place where you can study better without any disturbance. So you are adjusting with the place where you are sitting. So you are making it according to your convenience. So you are adjusting. So attention helps in adjustment. Rather, we can say it, if you want, you can write it like this, that there is no place to write, just telling that adjustment can help you better to pay attention. If you adjust your place, if you adjust your surrounding, it will help you to pay attention. You can write it in a different way also. Attention helps to adjust. It is okay. When you are adjusting, when you are paying attention, you are avoiding all the environment. Now, vice versa, when you are adjusting with the environment, it is helping you to pay attention on a particular topic. Understood? Just vice versa, both way you can write. Next point, fluctuation is a basic character of attention. So, see, without our consciousness, our mind used to fluctuate, and this fluctuation of mind is a very common feature. Without understanding, in a fraction of second, it moves from your particular topic what you are discussing, and again it comes back to a particular. This is called fluctuation of attention. When your mind is fluctuating from one thing to the other, suppose there's a certain disturbance in your mind, or you are going after finishing completion of the class, you will go somewhere, you will meet somewhere, you will meet your family members, or you will have a get together. See, you will see that your mind is a little bit disturbed, or you have got some good news, or you have maybe unfortunate news. Anything can happen. So continuously your mind used to shift, your thoughts used to shift from a particular topic to the other one. This is called fluctuation of attention. Okay. Yes. Next is, attention and interests are correlated. See, it is quite obvious. Attention and interest means on a particular topic which you have interest, you will pay attention, and if you pay attention, you will get interest on it. So these both two topics are interrelated, isn't it? So suppose in your subject, suppose you like one particular subject from your heart, that can happen. So when you are thinking that today you are going to sit with that particular subject, you are feeling interested on it. Again, when you have interest on that particular subject, your learning will be good, so you will pay attention. So attention and interest are correlated. So they are both correlated and they are interdependent on each other, because if you pay attention, you will get interest on it. If you feel interested on it, you will obviously pay attention to it. Next point, it forms in a conscious mind. It is obvious, when you are conscious, then only you can pay attention. If you are unconscious, then continuous fluctuation of attention will move you to reach your goal. It means where you want to reach or what you want to finish within time. If you fluctuate your mind, you will forget something, you will miss some points, isn't it? So many things can happen. If you are unmindful during crossing the road, it can be dangerous for you. So when you are doing something, your mind is engaged, you should be conscious about it. Means it is a conscious state of mind. Next point, number 8. It increases the cleanliness of the stimulus. It is a very good point, isn't it? Because why? Cleanliness of the stimulus means, suppose how shall I tell? Means, suppose one stimulus, you are paying attention to it. So when the teacher, so many times I don't want to give the same example. Suppose you have seen that when you are paying attention to a particular, suppose I will give you one example of a movie. Suppose you are seeing a movie, isn't it? It's a not always it's a it can be any type of movie, isn't it? It's good, it's not fair for old age, anything can happen. But suppose you're following a movie and you are paying your concentration 100% on, and suddenly you saw that your pass is lost. So what will happen? Jokes apart, what will happen? So you are so attentive and you are so very much attached, your mind was so much attached with the situation that the stimulus has affected you much. Means the thing what you are working on, or the thing what you are doing, or what you are learning is very very clear to you, avoiding all other situation. Whatever happening in the outer world between you and the subject what you are going to learn is very much clear. There is very much transparency. Means it is very clear what you are learning, and you have forgot everything that your past has been theft. So that is the basic thing. Means cleanliness of the stimulus means when the attention is better, the stimulus what you are learning about, it is very clear to you. There is no difficulty in understanding the meaning of the stimulus, or what you are seeing, or what you are hearing, or what you are learning. Another point I have missed, you must write, that is oscillation of attention. You please write, it is not written. OCSSILATION. Oscillation of attention. I have forgot to write. Sorry. Oscillation of attention means you will see that there's a habit of your grandparents. We have seen many of our grandparents. They are knitting wool and they are seeing TV. They are drinking tea. All together, they are doing work. So attention, oscillation of attention means the work they are doing, they need no attention to do when they are paying their attention somewhere else. You will see in the book there's an example that our mother is cooking food, they are seeing the TV series, and they are talking with someone else. So when a person become accustomed with the particular work, they slowly they put less amount of attention to it. When attention, due to the attention, when the particular works become habituated for him or her, they used to, like riding a bicycle, or riding a scooty, or driving a car, it becomes habituated. Once you learn it, you will never forget. Like that, something attention is there's a characteristics of attention. When you get the particular attention and you grasp the learning part, what you have to learn, you need no attention to it. So this is all about, more or less 9 points I have given, more than enough. 6 to 7 points if you write correctly, it is good. And try to describe a little bit more what I have discussed in the class. You can give one example as well. So this is all about today. Next day we will start with the determinants of attention, subjective and objective. Thank you.